And welcome back to Chris Jensen's last show in our control room. He's been there for 10 years. We're going to miss you, Chris. All right, we had some local teams playing tonight in high school football in Minnesota. Like the Patriots of Hills Beaver Creek, they were trying to get some revenge against Mountain Lake. The only team that beat them on opening night, 27-0, but it did not go too well. Abraham Stotz keeps the play alive, finds Ethan Nickel, goes in for the touchdown. Later in the quarter, Mace Herrig initially stopped, keeps fighting, finds the end zone himself. That makes it 14-0 after one in favor of Mountain Lake. Second quarter, Patriot defense steps up. Luke LaRock and Chase Bosch team up for the sack, and it's still 14-0 at halftime, but they couldn't get their offense going, and Mountain Lake did. Wolverines Herrig into the end zone again. They pull away and win 34-0. In the earlier game, Russell Tyler Rutan took on Ogilvie. Third quarter, Corbin Sitzman takes the pitch, cuts back as a big gainer into Ogilvie territory. That's about a 25-yard run right there. A few plays later, Connor Kremen punches it in. It's 46-0 after three quarters. Fourth quarter now. Defense preserves the shutout. Carter Hansen. These Hansen boys can play. They got a bunch of them on this RTR team. He strips it away. The Knights recover. And you know what that leads to? It leads to one of these. Look out, coach. Luckily, it's not too cold outside. You know what? The Gatorade bath feels pretty good for Josh Fredrickson. Second straight year they go to state, hoisting the big trophy. 46-0 was your final. RTR victorious. Hills Beaver Creek, there are only two losses all year to Mountain Lake by a combined total of 61-zip. The Summit League soccer tournament began today in Brookings with a pair of semifinal games. Top-seeded South Dakota State taking on Nebraska Omaha at Fishback Field. Big day for Bailey Cassio of Omaha, as Bailey's going to knock this one in. That's goal number one. 1-0 in favor of the Mavericks. Still in the first half, it's going to be Cassio again. She's going to knock in that corner kick right before halftime, and it's 2-0 Nebraska Omaha. Second half now, the Jackrabbits try to make their comeback. Shot by Leah Manoliliua is knocked in on the rebound by Karina McClellan. That makes it 2-1. They're still in this game, and in the final minute, they make a charge here, and they try to get a tying shot off. Oh, nice defense by Nebraska Omaha. And they get a third goal from Cassio. Your final score, 3-1. That's only the third time in Summit League postseason play that we've had a hat trick, and they will face Denver. Denver whitewashing North Dakota State 3-0 that championship Saturday at noon. Speaking of soccer, the Augustana soccer team picked up a 4-1 win over Winona State yesterday at Morstead Field to advance to the NSIC semifinals. That's tomorrow in Mankato. In fact, they'll face the second-seeded Mavericks in the 11 o'clock game after losing to them last week 2-0 in Sioux Falls. So, Brandon Barkus, what does your team have to do moving forward?
You know, what we have to work on, I think we just have to, really it's just mentally, the mental side. We got to just relax. We got to just stay focused. We have to, make sure we're paying attention to the details of what each individual has to do. And then really the other thing too, for each individual is just work as hard as they possibly can. Effort has got to be incredibly high.
Augustana came into the tournament as the number 3 seed, and top-seeded Bemidji lost yesterday. Their biggest challenge tomorrow against number 2 Mankato State on their home field. Speaking of Augustana, the Augustana men's basketball team tipped off the season tonight at the Elman Center against Loris. They moved the ball inside to Tyler Riemersma, who had a beautiful night, 15 points and 15 rebounds. There's A.J. Plitzowite with the miss, but former Sioux Valley Cossack Trevor Hansen with the putback. Of course, Plitzowite from Vermilion, I can't wait to watch him play all year. There's another great pass by A.J. to Matt Cartwright of O'Gorman for 3. Matt had 16 points. Augie's up by 14 when I packed up and got ready to leave. Here's Cartwright again for the little fall away. But Loris rallies to win this one, 81-76. It was another busy night of postseason play in girls volleyball. Region 3A was played at Sioux Falls Christian with the Chargers trying to qualify for the Sweet 16. Kylie Van Egdom, as she posterized that one. Caitlin Pruis with a big kill, 25-6 6, I believe, was her score in the first set. Tess Harmelink can kill 2. And back to Van Egdom, she had 14 of them tonight. Don't get in the way of those. Chargers win it. They go to the Sweet 16. Let's run through all of these. 3-0. Del Rapids also won, so they advance. In Region 1A, Groton and Roncalli both win to make Sweet 16. They're calling it the Round of 16 this year. I'm sticking with Sweet 16. I think it sounds better. Madison and Hamlin win in Region 2A. Sorry, administrators. EPJ and Dakota Valley, no, I'm not. In 4A, they both. Sweet 16's cool, it's just like the NCAA tournament. MCM and Parker win in 5A and 6A. Miller and Chamberlain victorious. In 7A, Winter and Pine Ridge. In an 8A, St. Thomas More and Rapid City Christian. In B, Northwestern and Warner in Region 1B. In 2, Faulkton and Sully Buttes. In 3, Arlington and Dubrook. In 4, Chester and Ethan. In 5, Bridgewater, Emory and Freeman. In 6, Burke and Kimball White Lake. In 7, Kadoka and Phillip. And in 8, Faith wins it. Also in volleyball, Washington, Brandon Valley, O'Gorman, Mitchell, and Watertown all win tonight. In women's basketball, South Dakota State over Mary Maya Selland had 23 points. There's your Augustana score against. They lose to Loras. And finally, Briar Cliff beats Northwestern 2-1 in the men's GPAC quarterfinals. It's been a busy day. Even busier tomorrow with Football Friday. We'll be right back.